All right, I'm looking at another, well, not really a Sudoku today, but sort of Sudoku-adjacent today, I guess. This is called Inset by Michael Lefkowitz, and I saw it recommended by a few people. People said it was really interesting, and I thought it looked really interesting. So this is sort of five puzzles in one. So let's look at the rules. So in each n by n Latin square, so it's a Latin square, not a Sudoku, which is basically a Sudoku without the regions. We're going to place the digits 1 to n once in every row and column. So in this 6 by 6 square here, we have to put the digits 1 to 6 in each row and column, but it doesn't have those 2 by 3 regions like we usually have in a 6 by 6 Sudoku. And then in this 5 by 5 square, we have to put the digits 1 to 5 in each row and column. In this 4 by 4, we have to put the digits 1 to 4. In the 3 by 3, we put the digits 1 to 3. And the digits 1 to 2 in the little one. All right. And then each circle has an odd sum, and each square has an even sum. So if you're used to odd, even Sudoku, you'll know that the circle means it's odd, the square means it's even. But we also have these bigger ones where the sum of these 4 digits is an even, but not the digits necessarily themselves. The sum of these 9 digits is odd, but not necessarily all the digits within the circle. Just the sum is odd. And that's it. That's the whole thing. So I'm really curious to see how this works. It feels like there's not enough info, but there probably is, obviously. So yeah, I'm just curious to see how this all comes together. Very interesting idea. Link in the description if you want to try it yourself. I'm going to reset the timer and give it a try right now. So, I mean, these are obviously 2, 4, 6. Well, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna do these 1, 3, 5. These are odd, but this cannot be a 6 because it is within the 5 by 5 square. So this is the digits 1 to 5. So this one actually can't be a 6, which means, okay, yeah. So this is digits 1 to 5 in this region, right? So in this 3 by 3 box, you can't put the 6. But we have to have a 6 in every row in the 6 by 6 box. So where are the 6s going to go? There has to be 3 6s up here. There also has to be 3 6s over here. Oh, which means there's not a 6. We've got some set theory stuff going. Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's start with the 3 6s in the 3 columns. We know there has to be a 6 in each of these columns. You cannot put a 6 in here because it's in the 5 by 5. So we need 3 6s up here. There has to be a 6 right there because it can't be on the odd circle. Therefore, the 6 in this column is there and the 6 in that column is there. Okay. Now, it's not as good over here because we know there's 3 6s, but we don't know where they go. But this is not a 6 now because of the 6 here, but also because of set. Now, I don't know if this is going to be important, but I am suspecting that it is, so I'm going to go over this for a second real briefly. These 3 columns, let's make them yellow. The 3 yellow columns are going to contain 3 sets of the digits 1 to 6, right? There's going to be 3 6s, 3 5s, 3 4s, 3 2s, 3 1s, right? Likewise, these 3 rows, let's make them red, are also going to have 3 sets of the digits 1 to 6. Of course, because they're rows, they're columns, easy, right? So the digits that are in here, in the crossover, are not going to be in the yellow, right? If we put a 1 down here, that's a 1 that's not in the yellow, right? But it's also a 1 that's not in the red. So whatever digits we put in the crossover, it removes that digit from the yellow and the red, which means, let's make the crossover, I'm going to make that purple. Okay, so in the purple, whatever digits are in the purple, they are essentially removed from the yellow set and the red set, meaning this resulting red 3 by 3 and the yellow 3 by 3 have the same digits. Not necessarily in the same places, but they're going to have the same digits. So there's 3 6s in each of them. If there's 2 2s in the yellow, there's going to be 2 2s in the red. And so then using the same logic, we can say that the digits in the purple are the same as the digits in this top left box. Those are the same digits as purple. Now, oh, it's different. Oh, Well, I was gonna say it's the same thing going down. It will be the same down here. So these, I'm gonna, hold on, just to avoid too much color, I'm gonna get rid of the purple. I'm gonna make this yellow. So we're gonna remember that the yellows are the same, right? The same digits. This, let's call this purple now, is gonna be the same as this one. For the same reasons. You can do the same set argument down here with the 4x4 box. But the 5x5 is different because you've got a 2x2 here and a 3x3 up here. We can still say similar things. Let's say there's a 1 in here, right? And then, I don't know, 2, 3, and 4. Whatever it is, right? Oop. Let's just say there's 1, 1 in here. Well, that means there's 1 in the columns, the 2 columns here, there's only 1, 1 now up there. And in the rows, the 2 rows, there's 1, 1 in here. And so we'd have 1, 1 in each of these, and 1 down there, that would be 3. You'd have to have 2 1s up here. But it's not quite the same. They have a similar sort of relationship, but it's not quite the same. And down here, same kind of deal. This one is in here. Okay. That's interesting. This digit, let's look down here for a second. So we know this is a 1 or a 2, right? Because it's in the 2x2 box. So 1 or a 2, which means you have, if it's a 1, then this is 2, 3. If it's a 2, then this is 1, 3. So this is a 3 with a 1 or a 2. This here is also a 3 with a 1 or a 2. So you have, in this 3x3 box, you have 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s. 2 of the 3s are in here. So the purple contains 1 3, and then it's going to have 2 of this digit. Whatever, let's make that, I don't know, orange. There's going to be 2 oranges in the purple, and then a 3 and the other one that's not orange. And so this purple is also going to have 2 oranges. But I don't know how that affects up here. But this, okay. We know more than that. Forget that part for, well, no, don't forget. But that's not important right now. May not be important at all. Here's the other thing. So we know this is the same as this, right? This can't have a 4. The purple can't have a 4 in it because it's in the 3x3 box. Therefore, this purple can't have a 4 in it. So where do we put, and it can't have a 5 either. I mean, this purple can't have a 5 because it's in the 4x4 box, but it can't even have a 4 because it's in the 3x3 box. So it can't have a 4 or a 5 in the purple. Therefore, there is 2 4s and 2 5s in, I don't know, let's make this red. In the red, and there's 2 4s and 2 5s in that red. And these reds, like by the same set argument, are the same set of 6 digits as each other. We're kind of losing the squares and the circles a little bit under the coloring, but just know they're still there. So there's 2 4s and 2 5s in the red. There's 2 4s and 2 5s in this red. So in this box, we know there's 5 of every digit. Well, we have 4 of them, 4 of the 4s and 4 of the 5s in the red, which means there's only 1 4 and 1 5 in this box. Therefore, we need 2 4s and 2 5s in the yellow. Where can we put 2 4s in the yellow? Well, they can't go in the odds. The 5s can go in there. That's not as good. The 5s aren't as helpful, but the 4s have to be here, which means there's a 4 here. Now, we also know there's 2 4s and 2 5s in this, but I don't know how helpful that is. This is now a 2. Look at that, because of the 4 and the 6. Okay, that's something. So is this one. This is a 2. Okay? The fives, I mean, if we could say there was a 5 there, then we'd know that was a 5, because we have to have two fives. But the fives could be here and here. They could be in the middle in one of these corners. They could be in these two. So the fives are less helpful, but we know there's two fives in the yellow. So, does that help? We also know, okay, there's two fours and two fives. This can't be, we can't have the two fours and the two fives all in the circle because it would be even, right? So at least one of them, can we say that this has to be a 4 and a 5? Can we have, I don't think so, because I think you could do two fours and a 5, and you'd be at an odd number. You'd have to have an even. Well, it couldn't be that. You could have two 4s and a 2 and a 5. The 2 would have to be at the top. But you could do two 4s and a 5 and a 2. You could do two 5s and a 4 and a 1 or a 3. Do we need to figure out what the orange digit is? I don't know if that's going to be helpful, because the orange digit is in the purple twice and in this purple twice, which means the orange digit is not in the red. This digit is not anywhere in the red, which is not super obvious until you start coloring things, or at least thinking from a set perspective. The orange digit is not in the red. So if we knew if that was a 1 or a 2, I mean, this is two 4s, two 5s, and a 3. It's definitely got a 3 because there's 1 3 in the purple, so we need to have 1 3 in each of the reds. So it's two 4s, two 5s, a 3, and either a 1 or a 2. But I don't know, even if we knew which one it was, I don't know that that gives us the digits, where the digits are. And we don't know enough about odd and even down here to say much about these circles yet. This circle can't be useful, right? Well, actually it can. Oh, okay. So the yellow digits, the two sets of yellow digits are the same digits. We know that, which means since we know these 9, the yellows, sum to an odd number, that means these yellows sum to an odd number. And we know these 3 are odd. We don't know which digits they are, but we know these 3 are odd. We know these others are even. The whole thing has to be an odd, which means you need an odd number of odd digits, basically, right? Because an even number of odd digits sum to an even number. An odd or even number of even digits sum to an even number. So we need an odd number of odd digits. We have an odd number of odd digits. We have 3 of them. This has to be an even, which has to be a 2. So we now know, which means we need two 5s. So these have to be the 5s. So we now have almost all of the digits. We have no idea where any of them go in here, but we know what the digits are. But these 3 are now odd because we've got our 3 evens. These 2 are 1 and 3. And since these 2 are odd, right, these 2 are odd, which means they sum to an even number. This whole thing needs to be even, so these 2 have to be the same parity, basically. They could both be odd or both be even, but they can't both be odd because we already have 2 odd digits in the row. So these have to be evens. They're 2 and 4. This is a 1 or a 3, which makes this the 5. The 2 down below gives us a 2 and the 4. So this is now 4, 5, 6. This is 2, 4, 6. This one is not a 2. These are 1, 3, 5, and 6. That's less helpful. Okay. So, well, these are 1, these are 1, 3, and 5. Okay, this is what we need to do. These are 1 and 3. 1, 3, and 5. And so then, because of the yellow, we can get these digits, right? But then you can take those and transfer them to the 5 by 5, and we can say this is a 2, 4. This is a 4, 5. This, we don't actually know. Well, we got the 2 4s. We need to have a 5 for sure. Oh, and then the other one is going to be this digit, a 1 or a 3. But we know we have to have a 3. We have to have a 3 in the red because all the way back down here, we've got 2 3s in here. So there's 1 3 in the purple, which means there's 1 3 in the purple, and we need a 3 in both of these rows. Only one of them is in the purple. The other one has to be in the red. So one of these is a 3. So this is a 3 and a 5. Because we had to have a 5 because we have to have 2 4s and 2 5s in the red. So that is a 3 5, which makes this a 1 2 4. That one's not the 2. We can get rid of those corners, which makes this then a 3 and a 1 and a 3 and a 1 and a 3 and a 1. Okay, and then I think the rest of these yellows are going to get fixed when we get these, which is probably going to be from the reds. Now, it's less helpful going the other way because we had, 1 3 5, so it was 2 4. But going the other way, we don't have quite the same thing. But we do know that there's a 2 in the red, and we said that the orange was not in the red, and we know there's a 2 in the red, so the orange is 1. Okay. Crazy interactions, how putting a 2 here, essentially putting a 2 up here, because we needed an even for this circle. This circle forced us to put an even number there, which had to be the 2. That 2, therefore, means there's a 2 in the red, which then means that you can't put a 2 in the orange down here. So that big circle in the yellow forced the orange to be a 1. Okay. So we've got 2 2s. No, we've got 2 1s, a 2 and a 3 in the purple. There's 2 1s, a 2 and a 3. So we need... So can we say whether these are the same or different? I don't know if we can. Because if they're the same, then they're an even total. Plus we have an odd. This would have to be a 2. So it would have to be 3 3 if it's the same. But if it's 2 3, then this would have to be a 1 or a 3. Well, it would have to be a 1. I don't think this can be a 3, right? I don't know if that's helpful, but if this is a 3, these are both 2s, and you have 3 2 2 1, which is an even. So that can't be 3, but it could still be a 1 or a 2, so I don't know how helpful that is. And these could be the same or different. So I don't know that that's very helpful. Okay. And here, there's too many possibilities still. We do know there's 2 4s in each of these, but... Okay, so I think we got to go back up here. So, well, we know what the digits are, right? A 2, a 3, 2 4s, and 2 5s. So, the total of that, well, we could just look over here because they're the same digits. Is this odd or even, this whole sum? Right? Well, you've got even, odd. So the whole sum is odd. We need this circle to be odd. Therefore, these two have to be even, which means they have to be the same parity. So it's either 2 4 or 3 5. And it can't be 3 5 because you'd have 4 odd digits, and we only have 3 odd digits in the 5 by 5. So it can't be 3 5. So this has to be 2 4. So there's the 2. So this is now 2 5s, a 3, and a 4. I'm not sure. The 5s are obviously diagonal from each other. I'm not sure. But the 2 4 here makes this a 1 and a 4 and a 2. So this is not 4. So the 4 is at the top. 3 5 makes this a 1. This has to have... Oh, it has to have a 5, because there's 2 5s, right? There's a 5 down here. Oh, this is now 4 5, because this is 3 5, this is 4 5, which makes this a 3 and a 1 and a 3 and a 5. And that 2 over here, so we have a 4 6 pair. This is a 2. Oh, and the 4 makes 4 6. This is not 1 or 3. This is not 1 or 6. This is not 6 or 4. This is 5. Makes this a 3. This is not 1, 3, or 5. So that's the 6 4 6 5. Very nice. Now, these are probably going to be fixed by the purple, which is going to be fixed by these down here. Okay, so I'm back to this now. So 1s are this way or this way. If this is a 2, then this is a 3. Okay, well, maybe that's the thing. So if this is a 2, these are both 3s. But that works. That's odd. 2, 3, 1's there. And if these are different, if this is 2 and 3, then that's a 1. Then these are 1s. This is 3, then these are 1s. Okay, well, these are either 1s or these are 1s. It's a 2. This is a 3. So this can't be a 2. Ah, so it's odd. This can't be a 2. So it's odd. Okay. Oh, we should look over here. Look, we got the even box. Okay, I'm coming back to this down here, but this is an odd. This square, see, I put the colors in and then it kind of hid some of the shapes. I forgot there was a square there. This is an odd. In order to make these 4 total being even, these 2 also have to be an odd, which means you have to have a 2 in there. It has to be a 1, 2, or a 3, 2. 4, 2, 5, 4, 3, 5. These are not 3. This is 1 and 2. These are not 2. This is 1 and 3. There we go. Now, I don't think that helps the other way yet. But it makes these 2 both odd, which means together they are an even total. These 2 need to be opposite parity? Is that helpful? I'm not sure. They need to be opposite parity. So 1 has to be an even. Well, these are 2, 4, and these are 3, 4. Oh, so this is an even. Oh, so we've got 2 odds and an even, which are together even. So in order to make this circle odd, this has to be an odd, which has to be 1 or 3. We've got 1, 3. This is 2 and 4. Wow, and we've also got 1, 3 this way, which makes this 2 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 1 and 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So they were not the same, they were different. This is 4 and 2 and 4 and 3. We need 4 and a 2. And then we just got to finish off the little one down here. And there we go. Oh, no, we didn't forget this. The 3. 5, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5. There we go. All right, very nice. Just over 20 minutes. Not too bad. Very interesting puzzle. I mean, especially this circle forcing this orange to be a 1. That was insane. There's no way starting this puzzle that you would say that circle is going to affect that digit. Not a chance. And I mean, it was partly because of, other things going on up here. There was these circles, which forced the 2, which then forced some things down here. I mean, it wasn't solely that, but that was crazy. Okay. Well, very interesting idea, having these kind of nesting puzzles, or inset puzzles, I guess. The name of the puzzle is Inset. But very cool, very interesting. Thank you to Michael for making that puzzle. Yeah, so if you tried it out, let me know how it went for you. And if you were just following along with me, what'd you think of this puzzle? And which steps did you see before I did? And which steps did you not understand at all, maybe? Or, let me know what you thought. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.